to another episode of Pay It Forward. Today we're going to be talking about resources when applying to dental school. My name is Samah Solomon. I'm a second year at AADSAS in Arizona. I used to be the ASDA pre-dental director at my school, and I was also one of the ATSU student ambassadors for the interview days, and I was a registered dental assistant for 8 years. And I started this channel and this Pay It Forward mission with my team to better aid pre-dents and make the process easier to help pre-dents apply to dental schools this year and years to come. So follow me on Instagram at Dental Lyfe, and on YouTube, subscribe to get the latest updates. And if you like this video, give it a like.
Hi everyone, my name is Fahrin and I'm an incoming D1 at ATSU ASDA. So a little bit about me, I went to UCI for undergrad, which is here in California, and my institution offered two types of public health majors, public health science and public health policy, and I ended up double majoring since public health is my passion. And so the reason why I chose ASDA is because every dental student is required to get a public health certificate. So that entails a lot of public health courses. But if you want to further your education, you can get your MPH while you're doing your DMD. And I found that super attractive, and it was a huge factor in deciding which dental school I was going to officially commit to. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to talk about my thought process and choosing what schools to apply to and what school I ended up choosing.
Hi everyone, my name is Merit. I am an incoming D1 at Oregon Health and Science University School of Dentistry. It's known as OHSU. So I went to PSU for my undergrad. I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in General Science. And when I was in undergrad, I was shadowing a lot at my future dental school, which is OHSU. I shadowed there for a year, and I got to see a lot of what goes on in the clinic, and I got to see a lot of how faculty works with the students, and that really drew me closer to the school in general. It was my state school, so that's something that was really important to me, is that I stayed closer to home. So while I was shadowing at OHSU, basically what introduced me to that was just asking my fellow classmates and also other people that were in my pre-dental organization. They knew a lot of things that I had no idea about. So just asking around just got me to knowing that there's something called shadowing at OHSU, because I never thought I would have that opportunity. Honestly, shadowing there was like a big thing, because when I went to the interview after, people were like, you look familiar. So it was just like, it felt home and it felt like I wasn't out of place. So that really helped me just get to know the environment more. So honestly, even if you're not from Oregon or anything like that, just ask around, because you'll be like surprised at how many things can be offered by the school, because I had no idea that that's a thing. And sometimes it doesn't have to be something that's like a program offered by the school. I know some of my friends that just like asked the school if they could do something, and sometimes they were able to do that. So you never know if anything is going to work out. So never hesitate to always ask around. Another thing that I really liked about OHSU was their emphasis on community service, and that was something that's really dear to me, because I also founded the Help a Homeless project, because I saw that there was a big homeless population in Portland, Oregon overall. So just noticing the underserved people and serving those that are in need is something that is really important to me. So that also helped me in choosing OHSU for my school.
So we are here to help you using our personal experience. So this is only a guide, and it's not a guarantee that you'll get into dental school. All right, so this is a screenshot of one of the videos that's going to be very influential throughout this new video. To get access to this video, just Google or search on YouTube the best AADSAS dental application overview, and it will be the very first video that pops up, where me and Sylvia Akar was the guest on that video, my classmate at ATSU. And basically we just give you a rundown of what the entire AADSAS dental application process looks like. And we include screenshots and all that. So feel free to watch that video before this video. So I ended up creating a playlist for your convenience, and this playlist has all my videos in chronological order. So that way it takes you through the process from the beginning till the end, and then we're gonna go all the way to the interview process and all that. So I'm very excited for myself and my team to be creating these videos for you. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the comment sections. And please give this channel a subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And let us know if you have any recommendations for any future videos. We are open for suggestions. This slide is again from the previous video that I just shared with you guys. This basically talks about the 3 components for your application. So as an applicant, you need the prereqs, the official college transcripts, the letter of recommendations, and your DET. For the ADSAS portal, the ADSAS portal gets all that information and imports your official DET score. It calculates your official GPA. It processes and submits the final application as a PDF file to your designated schools of choice. And then the dental schools end up getting the primary application, which is the ADSAS application. And then if you look good on paper, they're gonna end up sending you as a supplemental or the secondary application. So after that, they interview you. And then after the interview, the admissions decides whether they accept you, which is hopefully that's our goal with these pay it forward videos, is to get you the acceptance or acceptances. And they can waitlist you or add you to the alternate list, which is basically the same thing, or reject you, which we are creating these videos again to hopefully prevent that from happening.
So the fee assistance program, FAF, I know that Sameh went over it with Sylvia in much more detail in the previous video that he was talking about, but just gonna go over it again briefly. So this is to help you pay for your applications. This is what actually saved me and allowed me to apply to so many schools. So when you apply, you'll receive a total of $483 in fee waivers. So that's a total of 3 dental schools. These are just rough dates. The dates change every year. Something that I'm not sure a lot of people know about, I don't remember where I got this information from, but when you get your FAF and the schools start sending you the links to pay for the secondaries, you can actually email the school and ask them, can you waive my fee? And then usually they'll ask you for proof you getting your FAF, and then they'll waive your fee. So I applied to 19 schools and I didn't pay for any of the secondaries because I just asked them that, oh, I received FAF for my primaries, can I get a fee waiver? So that's a huge money saver. So I highly recommend do that FAF application right away. And as soon as you get it and you start your secondary, start emailing the schools that you would want a fee waiver. So if you can't find the FAF on their website, just Google ADEA ASDA Fee Assistance Program and it should pop up right away. And if you have any personal questions, you can email them on the email that's listed up below.
I honestly didn't know such service or program existed when I was applying for dental school. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, I ended up applying to 19 schools and I paid for all the primaries and all the secondaries all the way through, and I got 0 interviews. So that was a big loss for me. And the second time I applied, I ended up applying to 20 schools, and also I ended up paying the full price for all 20 schools for their primaries, and I paid for the secondaries for each school. So again, I didn't know anything about the FAP program, and I wish I did because I would have saved a lot of money. I was literally working as a dental assistant and I was paying for the application. I guess the more you know, and that's why I'm making these videos, because me myself, I'm trying to better assist any pre-dents that come to me with questions. I'm trying to get knowledge from my team members, and this is why I created this video series.
I honestly personally did not know that it can save that much money. For me, when I looked at it, I just saw like the PDF of the incomes, and I know like my family didn't make it by like a couple $1,000s. I just didn't want to do it just because of I didn't meet that. But I mean, I had my friend do it. I mean, she was within the range and she got it, but I mean, even maybe you don't make the cutoff, just give it a try and see. Like, it doesn't hurt. I just kind of was just lazy about it, but yeah, try and see.
Resources when applying to dental school. So again, this slide has been in the previous videos over and over again to kind of deliver the point across that you should not do the application process without the guide of one of these sources. You don't have to use every one of them, but at least use one of them. So the ADEA Guide to Dental School, this is your Bible, your Quran, your Torah, whatever you believe in. So the hardcover book is $40. The ADEA Dental School Explorer, that is the digitalized form of that book, and that is $25, or you can get the bundle for $50. Then the ASDA Getting into Dental School, ASDA is the American Student Dental Association. That membership is $71. Grad School Grades, this is a new service to help dental students apply to dental school, and the membership is $50. And if you guys use the promo code FORWARD, you get 30% off. And I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth in a couple of slides. And again, these resources will help you know what every school expects from you. And therefore, you're not wasting your money on just random schools that you don't stand a chance getting into, or you are not interested in them. This is a two-way street when applying dental school. There has to be some sort of compatibility between the school and you as an applicant.
So the ADEA Official Guide to Dental Schools, I personally bought this book, but if I was gonna go back, I would just get the digital version, the Dental Explorer. But I do recommend buying one of them. It was super helpful in making a table that you will see in a couple of slides. But what this book offers is mission statements, whether a school is a private or public institution, what prerequisites they require, highly recommend, and whether or not they take community college courses and what type of courses they take. You'll also see their average DAT acceptance and GPA too. See how many people they're accepting out of state, what states they're accepting from, if they have like secondary fees or not. So a neat thing about this book is that each school is formatted exactly the same. So for example, if you're really interested in student life, when you go to a specific school's profile, you'll find student life on the last page. So it's organized extremely well and you can find your information super fast. However, I would still do the Dental Explorer because you can just do Control F, but I do recommend at least picking one of the two options. However, like my best advice in regards to this book is still take it as a grain of salt. Just use it for your basic information to kind of just knock out some schools that you don't see yourself applying to, but still really dig into a school's website and see if that school is for you. I think this book is just a good starting point in trying to choose what schools you want to apply to, but I wouldn't make a final decision based on just this book.
So I actually did the ADEA, which is the American Dental Education Association Dental Explorer, and I honestly was just looking at the website for applying for the DET, and I just stumbled across something called Guide to Dental School, and I had no idea what it was. On the website, it gave me the option to do either the $40 one or the $25 one. Honestly, just went for the cheapest. I didn't really think a lot into it, but yeah, I honestly used it a lot. Basically, how it works is that you have a login and that you set up once you purchase it. And once you log in, it gives you a list of the schools. So I think it also has the Canadian schools, so that's why it says 76 schools on there. Where you see Welcome Dental Life under there's like a search bar. That's where you can put whatever keyword, like it doesn't even have to be the name. Sometimes you can search things like mission statement or anything like that. You can search that and it would pop up. So how I utilized that was basically I looked at the classes that was required because I knew I wanted to apply to like multiple schools. Like my goal was to apply to 10 at least, but I really didn't know what schools were out there and I didn't know the websites for the schools. So that was a really good spot to just see everything at once and compare. So I would just pick the school, click on it, and then a lot of things would pop up. So I think the first thing it says like the how many people are in each class, and then it goes on to show you the required courses, the recommended courses, all these things, and then it goes on and tells you all the stats. So I used that to kind of make my own Excel sheet. It wasn't honestly perfect. It was just like some notes that I had about each one. It's very important also because it tells you if the school accepts community college credits or no. And I had a lot of community college credits, so that was also very important for me to narrow down stuff. So like, for example, on Tufts website, it wasn't very obvious to me that they didn't want community college, but when I went on the ADEA, it says they will not take any prereqs from community college. So that was just like, okay, I immediately eliminated that because I knew I had like biology from community college. So it was a really good place where I can eliminate a lot of things, because honestly, at first I thought I would have a hard time choosing 10 schools, but I had a hard time narrowing down to 10 schools. So once you get that, you really see that where you actually fit in.
I know that Marich said that she stumbled upon this resource by accident, and so did I when I was again applying for the DET. And here, when I was taking screenshots to give you guys this presentation, it says here, view COVID-19 resources and changes that affect your application process. If you guys haven't watched my COVID video, I'm gonna have a link to it up here. But again, like all the resources that I provide, I go to that website because, like their motto says on the website, the ADEA, the American Dental Education Association, is the voice of dental education. So everything that is dental school related or just dentistry in general in the US, it's generated from that website. So I go to the source itself and I pull information and I give you guys information from there. So a couple things that I wanted to point out is the filter and the quick stats and the snapshot, which is, let's say, when the school starts. Some schools start early summer and some schools start late summer. So that kind of tells you if you're taking a gap year, if you can travel or all that. And it will tell you private and how long it takes you to take the degree and what type of degree it is. If it's DMD, Doctor of Dental Medicine, or DDS, Doctor of Dental Surgery, again, both of them mean the same exact thing, it's just different abbreviations. And then my favorite thing is the campus setting. If it's a city, suburban, or urban environment, because again, for me, when I got accepted to ASDA, Scottsdale is like 20 minutes away, and I wanted that city life. Whereas when I was applying to the sister school in Missouri, Mosdo, it's more of like a isolated area. I was like, I still applied there, but it wasn't the top choice for me. And then again, it gives you general information about the school, their mission statement, their vision, and all of that, and the contact information, which Miret is going to talk about in the next slide. And you can just use all these contact information to get more details about that specific program.
So for me, I really looked at the stats a lot, and I saw where I stand based on what the averages and the ranges that they have. Honestly, some of the schools were really high averages. Like, I heard a lot about the schools from like social media and all these things, and I was really interested in those schools. But then when I look at the averages, like for example UCLA, their average is crazy high, but I was really interested. It helped me to just look at the ranges and just see, like, I would just tell myself, oh, like I fit in that range, so I'll give it a shot. Why not, if it's something that I'm really interested in? So just, it's a really good idea to just not make the average sound like everybody in the school is the same. There is a range, and that's why it's there. You are gonna stand out for other things other than your stats, so also put that in mind. Another thing that I thought was really important about not really relying on the ADEA Dental Explorer 100% was with the classes, because when they list the classes, they have a check mark next to like either required or recommended. A lot of the time that was really confusing and I didn't understand, and it didn't really match with the website. Also, they have a link to the website on each one, so just click on that and it'll take you to the website and look at the list of the classes and just use that to basically compare, because like I didn't feel like it was lacking things on the ADEA, but when I went to the website, I felt like there was other things that could be added too. So yeah, I did that, and whenever I got completely lost, I just called the school. So just put that in mind.
To add to that, I had a couple pre-dental friends that actually use this resource, and they praise it greatly because you can add your own notes to every program and they save your notes on there, and you can compare schools side by side. And that will help you create a table. I'll show the table that I ended up creating. But when I created that table, I used the ADEA official guide, which is the textbook. And then you can also view your notes. You can bookmark the specific school to come back to. So the digital is again $25, or you can get the bundle, which is $50. But from what we heard from Fahrin's experience and Meret's experience, it's basically the same thing. So again, me personally, if I were to go back, I would go with the digital one. It's cheaper, and I can use filters, and these filters will help me narrow down my search. So the ASDA Getting into Dental School. So again, this is made by the American Student Dental Association. Last year, I was the ASDA pre-dental director. I basically coordinated the pre-dental days where we get pre-dents all over the country to come and tour our clinic, do little drilling in sim clinic, and then have mock interviews at our school. And that was very helpful because it gave me the opportunity to help pre-dental students directly. Now I started this Pay It Forward mission to kind of continue my passion to help pre-dental students. And the membership is $71. You pay that membership and you get the book, and you get coupons inside the book. And these coupons can be used for Course Saver, which is AKA Chad's videos, which is very handy for studying for the DET. And then also they have other coupons for like Crack the DAT and other like pre-dental resources that you can use when you're studying for the DET. Almost every dental school in the country has a ASDA chapter, American Student Dental Association chapter, at their school. And that means that this program or chapter hosts pre-dental days or preview days for pre-dental students to come and visit the campus and kind of experience what the campus has to offer. So with that $71 membership, you get all of that. Me personally, I use the ADEA official guide to dental schools. I also use the ASDA Getting into Dental School book. So I use both of them to create a table that I'm going to show in the next video. And then this is basically, it's a one-pager, very short, sweet, to the point about what each program offers. And they also include a map that shows you every dental school in the country and which state it's in. So that was kind of like a visual representation of where I need to apply. Because for me, I'm from Cali. I wanted so badly to stay in Cali. So I ended up applying to all 6 dental schools in California. But I wanted to also make it a point to apply to neighboring states, for example, Nevada, Utah, or Arizona, or Oregon. And that was my goal, to be as close to California as possible and not apply all the way across the country. So that was my personal preference. The next resource is Grad School Grades. And this is a new resource online. And this video is going to show you what it's all about.
Applying to dental school means you are about to make the biggest investment of your life, both of your time and money. We all have different things we want in a dental program, and each program has unique pros and cons. But how are you supposed to learn this inside information about every program? Even at interviews, you won't learn the program's downsides, and you already had to spend hundreds of dollars to get there. That's where Grad School Grade steps in. We provide you with admissions and clinical data for every program in a neat, sortable table so you can see how your stats measure up. Each program is also ranked according to the quality of their clinical and research experience, social atmosphere, and specialization rate. Most importantly, we have collected thorough reviews from current students at every program. These reviews clearly lay out the pros and, more importantly, the cons of that specific school, enabling you to decide if that program is right for you without having to spend hundreds of dollars applying and interviewing. You won't find this information anywhere else. Also, we are constantly publishing articles designed to improve your understanding of the application and interview process. We have already helped numerous applicants avoid applying to poorly fitting programs and instead find the school that fits them best. Every program has flaws, but you deserve to know what those flaws are before investing your future in that program. Grad School Grades makes that possible.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Wish I had that.
All right, so I'm going to go a little bit more into detail about what gradschoolgrades.com has to offer. So when applying to dental school, what I wish I knew is the pros and the cons to each dental school. And that was something that's basically hidden, that's not on the ADEA official guide to dental schools or the Dental School Explorer or the ASDA Getting to Dental School book, because again, everything that is in these books is influenced by the admissions at that specific program. They maintain a caliber of professionalism. And again, this is a professional institution, and this is the professional profession that we are getting ourselves into, and they have every right to do so. But on the same token, grad school grades kind of gives you the other side of the coin and tells you, kind of watch out, this school might do this school might do that. And for me, I wish I could have maybe chopped down the 20 schools that I applied to 10 schools, like Merit did. And I wish I knew that, because I would have saved a little bit more money. But starting this year, you guys have that resource. I really recommend you guys look into the grad school grades. So for example, some of the pros that you should ask yourself when you're applying to dental school is, again, the location or the setting of that school. Is it near a city, or is it isolated, urban, suburban, and all that? That's a question that you have to ask yourself. If it's out of state, in state, and the low cost of attendance, that's a good thing to have in a school. Pass, fail grading system. Does it have that, or has the traditional grading system? Great clinical experience. That's something that I want to graduate as a dentist, and that was one of the reasons why I chose ASDA, because of its fourth year rotations, external and internal rotations, because I wanted to be a great clinician once I graduate. So that's something that you need to ask yourselves. Once you apply to dental school is going to be consuming all of the 4 years of your dental school. But does it have to? You need to kind of have a balance, have a social life, and still be a nerd in school. So where does the free time come in? I want some free time during dental school. I want to enjoy my social life. And the abundance of patients. I talk to other dental students, and I kid you not, some schools that they are attending, they tell me like how much they dislike getting the school's business card and standing in front of Walmart or Target or whatever, and trying to kind of bribe patients to come and be their patients at the clinic to get their clinical competencies checked off. For me, that is something that I never have to deal with at ASDO, because we have faculty, we have people on the administration team that make sure that we have a high influx of patients throughout all of our 4 years experience here at ASDO. So these are things that you need to really probe around, no pun intended. And then the cons, which are the things that you should definitely stay away from, is some schools might have terrible professors, might have a cutthroat environment, meaning graded system, and you need to be the top 5 of that class to be able to specialize and to have like little recommendations from your faculty and all that. Whereas other schools might have a pass-fail system. So every time you try and reserve a chair for a patient, it kind of seems like the Hunger Games, because everybody's for themselves. But if you go to a good school that has everything planned out and has a system of dental schooling there, then you don't have to worry about people stepping on your toes, and you getting the fair clinical experience that you are paying for. Because let's face it, an average dental student nowadays pays about $500,000 for dental school. I don't know about you, but I want to get my money's worth. So I have every right to pick that dental school just as much as they have every right to pick me. Like once you go to the interview, if you see any student just sitting there, hating their lives, just complaining about everything, walk the other way. Just kind of finish the interview and just cross off that school from your checklist. I mean, if you get accepted to that school, I would say go to that school, just kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Because you just need one dental school to get accepted to and end up going there. There is never enough patients, again, in comparison to abundance of patients. Another con is like some schools have about 50% of their 4th year dental students not graduating on time because they don't meet the requirements, or they ended up failing the boards or any of that stuff. So again, kind of know what you're getting into before paying a dime. And these are the resources that we shared with you. So again, this table is adapted from the gradschoolgrades.com. Another table that is helpful to put things into a comparison between the gradschoolgrades.com and the ADEA official guide / ADEA Dental School Explorer. It's like these are some reviews that was offered on the grad school grades they mentioned in the video. So attendance is optional for the most part. Some schools you have to attend, mandatory, and some other schools it's optional, or you can now do it online via Zoom. And there's tons of free time. So again, I like to enjoy my free time, have a social life. There are some pointless courses that seem like a waste of time. So again, some schools just have random classes that they just use them as place fillers. You kind of have to ask around people that attend that program to know if these are classes that you are willing to tolerate being at that program. The information on grad school grades, you can use that information to ask yourself, are these things I want in a program or things that I need to avoid? And that will be a great determinant to tell you, should I weed out these programs and kind of narrow down to about 10 or 20 schools. Application process when it comes to choosing dental schools, it's a process of elimination at the end of the day. Weed out the ones that are a definitive no for you, and that will leave behind the ones that are good candidates that you see yourself staying there for 4 years. And then the last thing, there is so much more to learn about every program than meets the eye or than is what is offered on the official guide. The official guide is basically giving you like vague statements. Like this school is very big on critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Like you have to give me more than just a keyword. Some of them claim that they are seamless. Like our 4 years here is seamless. I don't think anything about dental school is seamless. It's a little bit of a sugar coating, if you will. That is why it's 4 years of hard work. Some schools say they have a broad spectrum of dental care needs. I'm like, what does that mean? So again, this table is also adapted from gradschoolgrades.com. So this is the website, what it looks like once you guys log in. So here it shows the information, the school name. You can look up by the name, by the state, shadowing hours, the classes, the DT, or all that stuff. And you can go to clinical data, which is provided by Ignite DDS, Dr. David Rice, one of the amazing dentists out there, one of my mentors, or by the rankings. And what's good about the way they have this set up is that the page is basically vertical and also horizontal. So you can drag on all the way to see multiple ranking as far as like DT score, class size, and you can do them in ascending or descending order. So again, it's a great resource that's new. With my videos, I'm trying to help them out to kind of get this resource out there for the pre-dental students. So I partnered up with the people at gradschoolgrades.com, and they are giving one free subscription giveaway to one pre-dental student. I'm going to be posting the details in the description to this video. I'm going to be posting the official giveaway promotion on my Dental Lyfe blog on Instagram, so follow Dental Lyfe, and I'm going to post it there. And for the people that don't end up winning the giveaway, for this Pay It Forward video series, they are providing a promo code FORWARD. Just type in that at the checkout, and this FORWARD promo code will give you 30% off. And again, the price tag is pretty cheap. It's $50. It's cheaper than some of the other resources that we talked about. And again, this is an ongoing project, and they keep adding more and more information to it for every school. And these are unfiltered, unsolicited advice by current dental students at that specific dental school. So I encourage you guys to give that website a try. And again, Grad School Grades sponsored this video. Make sure you check out their website and participate in this giveaway. In the upcoming episode of Pay It Forward, we're going to be talking about choosing the right dental school. So make sure you tune in for that video. All right, y'all. So as always, best of luck, and remember to pay it forward. So for me, starting this Pay It Forward mission has been a work in progress, and it still is. And we are literally growing, just like what the diagram shows. And I just want to plant seeds and help as many pre-dents as I can, with the hope and the wish that whoever benefits from this video helps someone else, because this is taking a lot of work and time and energy from everybody that is a part of this team. And all we ask of you is to just help someone else get into dental school, and just any random acts of kindness. It doesn't matter about like dental school or not dental school. Just put yourself out there, make yourself approachable, make yourself available for other people. I know we talked about applying to dental school and all the resources that you can use. There's no filter that you can select that says people person. This is something that you acquire through time and acquire through things like this, whether it's digitally or in person. And this is something that every dental student needs to learn before going out into practice, because every patient that you end up treating needs to get that positive vibration, that positive vibe from you, that you are approachable, generous, and just kind overall. There's no reason to be cutthroat, and it just kindness goes a long way.
So thank you for having me a part of this video. This Pay It Forward mission really spoke to me, because when I started my pre-dental journey, I actually did not have any really guidance or pre-dental friends. I only have one friend that I constantly kept leaning on, and I was following like dental bloggers on Instagram, but I came across Dental Lyfe and I was like, okay, like kind of got lost in the sea of dental bloggers. But then I saw on one of Sama's captions, he was like, if you are working on your personal statement, send it my way and I'll read it. And I was like, what the heck? Like, this guy's in dental school and he's going to take the time to read my personal statement. And I was like, why not? Because I was constantly just bothering this one specific friend. And yeah, he took the time to read it and gave me meaningful feedback. And I was extremely grateful for that and humbled by it too, because I don't have any family members in the medical field or like the healthcare field at all. And just wanting to make sure that I get in the first cycle, I want to be able to do that for someone else too. Like, I'm so thankful for your mentorship, my friend's mentorship, and everyone else that has helped me through this journey. So I want to do my part, because being a first generation, being the first person in my family of going through the healthcare field, it's hard. It's really tough trying to doing your own research and figuring things out. And some of the things I know now, I wish I knew before, and I hope that I can pass that along to as many people that need it or want it. And I'm the type of person who's afraid to ask questions, so I hope that someone out there is like, you know what, I'm gonna ask these questions, like I need to. So I want people to feel encouraged and feel confident to ask those questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, going off of that, I really want to thank you for just having me be able to do this, because you could have the passion for it, but sometimes you can't really find the right way to do it. And I think having a group of all of us, like incoming D1s or people that have gone through this very recently, is very important, because we can put all of our knowledge and put it all into one thing and actually put it out there for people to help them. So thank you for putting that together. And yeah, I mean, Dental Lyfe has been really helpful for me, because like Fahrin said, like I was going through Instagram, there was so many people, but then I really needed help with my personal statement. So the very first thing was you popping up and wanting people to send you personal statements and wanting to help people. So that's definitely something that spoke to me. I'm very grateful for that. Also, like, I know like it wasn't just a personal statement, it was more like interview, post-interview, like everything after that. I remember applying to Western and I was like very like not sure what to do, and you with your network, you know so many people, but you linked me with someone who was actually same as my name. I didn't even know anyone with the same name as me. Yeah, that worked out perfect. So yeah, thank you so much for making that possible, and hopefully in the future we'll continue with that network, and you know, as dentists, we'll keep giving the community back and paying it forward.
I appreciate having both of you guys here. So most of the people that are on the Pay It Forward team are first generations or immigrants, people just in America living the American dream. If we can be a very minute part of you living your American dream and becoming a dentist, then we have achieved our goal. Because personally, That is what I'm trying to get across, because I came here from Egypt with the concept of living the American dream. I didn't know what the heck that meant, but it was just an idea, a concept. And I was chasing sunsets. It's something that you always try to achieve, and eventually you will. So thank you, ladies, for trusting me and just having confidence in approaching me, because I think when you guys send me your personal statements, it was about a small blog that I released ending my D1 year, where I say like,
Solomon here with Dental Lyfe. I just finished the last final of D1 year. I am officially a free man right now. It is hot in Arizona. I can't wait to get out of here, to be honest. I got to move the rest of my stuff to the new place, and I got a 6-hour drive back home to Cali, driving with some friends. And as I promised, whoever sent me their personal statement, I'm gonna look over it today, and then I'll message you back with some feedback. Hopefully all of them are positive. And then if you haven't sent me your personal statement, I don't know what you're doing. I'll be more than happy to look at it and give you guys feedback. And again, this is just my humble 2 cents. You can follow it, you cannot follow it. It's completely up to you. I'm just trying to give back to the dental community, especially the pre-dental community. You guys are my inspiration. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and you guys are how I measure my success.
and during that time last year, I was actually going to Egypt. Just finishing the first year of dental school meant the world to me, that I'm in Egypt, I'm on vacation, I should be enjoying myself. But part of me was just, I need to kind of give back just a little bit. And that was the inception of the concept of pay it forward. I was actually on vacation in Elgona in my hotel room, and I actually watched the movie Pay It Forward, which is like amazing. The movie is based on this amazing book. It was just very rewarding. This book was actually gifted to me for my birthday by one of my Pay It Forward team members, Sylvia, so thank you for that. But this is just the positive energy that this team puts forward for everybody. Thank you guys for joining me today. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. And again, please subscribe for the latest videos, updates, and posts. And give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, let us know. And the contact information for the ladies and myself are at the beginning of this video. So feel free to contact any of us. So thank you, ladies. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
There's so much strength in